first half lead, and then they went, I think it was 7-0 run over the end of the first half against that game. What was the difference?
9 straight possessions without a score. 9 straight possessions without a score. 3 wide open step-in threes that we didn't make, and a missed layup. That's 4 of the 9 possessions. And we're not going to make them all, but we got to make some. I mean, if we're going to let them shoot that many threes, then it'd be nice if they'd make them. And they weren't. Aaron took a couple hard ones because he had to, but the rest of them were just step-in shots.
Coach, how about Devin's play today? What you make of his performance?
Devin's getting better and better and better. Devin cares. Devin has struggled at the foul line, and so he's in turn went in and spent a ton of time, and he listens. He tries to do what you ask him to do. Dev will continue to get better because he wants to.
Bob, it looks like when you watch this team, not only in this game but throughout the season, it seems like it struggles making runs. What's the one thing that popped out to you when you watch that?
Mitch, our offensive execution isn't very good. We spent an enormous amount of time. But when you've got a veteran guy that you put the ball in his hands, and we come out of a timeout and run a set, and the guy's wide open, and he doesn't throw him the ball. I don't know what to do about that. When we screen the wrong guy, I think, in all honesty, Mitch, I think what's got to happen is we've got to play Brandon more. He makes a big difference around the rim. We've got to get him. We got to get him up to speed. We're spending too much time with some guys that haven't been very productive for us, and they've had plenty of opportunity.
Part of the offensive problem, guys, maybe watching and waiting on Juwan and Aaron at times to create on their own.
No. When you have a step-in wide open shot, what the hell would you think about that for? We took 18 threes, and how many of them were hard threes? Nate's got a wide open three. It was a 2-point game, 1-point game, and it barely skins the rim. Terry has some wide open looks. Barely skin the rim if they skin the rim, we got to make some of those.
Bob, I know you're of the philosophy that nights like this happen, and if you need defensive rebound, you can get over them. But that being considered, is this simply one of those nights or days when you just didn't shoot the ball very well?
No, Dave, we didn't shoot the ball very well. We didn't shoot the ball very well, but we also got out-rebounded by 7. And probably, if Matt were to tell the truth, they probably didn't shoot it as well as they wanted to, but they did rebound the ball offensively. They have 14 offensive rebounds that lead to scores, and we get 13. But we just gave them too many. The one time down there, it's they get 3 possessions. You got to score, get 3 possessions. We didn't rebound it. No. Ball's going out of bounds, and Gary'd be the first one to tell you he's been told what to do with the ball, and he throws it to them, and they skip it and make a 3. It's a 3-point game then. We just don't consistently do. We try to change defenses and go to pressure. We got a trap, and the guy doesn't make the right rotation. Doesn't make any rotation, just stands there. Into the first half, they come down. Devin Williams made a heck of a play, and our other 4 guys stand there and let him pick the ball up and rebound it and score. Those are the things that drive me crazy. You put on the board no layups, no transition layups, and they got back in the game early when we were playing pretty well. Transition layups. It's not hard to run back. Sometimes it's hard to make shots. It's not hard to run back. The one they got at the end of the half, we're out there trying to stop the ball, three-quarter court. You can only drill that and say that so many times. And at the end of the day, somebody's got to listen. Now, I mean, do they do it all the time? No, but it's just, that's what happens. That's why we get in those deals where, people make runs. Think about it now. Their runs, that wasn't that they shot the lights out now. Their runs came on layups. We just don't. I told you. I'm gonna fix it. I've been trying to fix some other things. I'm gonna fix this. We go down there. It's like your dog with the electric fence. We run to that 3-point line, and man, we can't go past it. And everybody else runs for layups. They ran out of bounds twice. They ran out of bounds twice, which you're not allowed to do, by the way, and get the ball. But they ran out of bounds twice. They're running the lane so wide.
Are those things experience or effort?
Well, the honest to God's truth, Justin. And I just saw Wells down there, and I talked after we lost to Xavier to Wells and Day because they didn't get back, man. And we lost a game. We'd have been in the Elite Eight playing UCLA. And they didn't get back, neither one of them. Trotted back. My deal to them was, if we really want to be really good, you got to do it all the time. You can't do it sometimes. You got to do it all the time. And I think, to their credit, they did. They did. These are good guys. I think eventually, it'll sink in. It's not a whole lot of fun now. That's for damn sure. But eventually it'll sink in. We're not far away from being pretty good. But
this to be a quote turnaround game for Devin Williams.
Bob, I don't, Devin is, Devin's a really good kid that really wants to be good. And I don't know. I think, can it, I don't know. You think, different guys have played pretty good, and all of a sudden, you think they've turned a corner, and they play pretty good for 3 or 4 games, and then they don't play very good. And it generally it's because they didn't put any extra time in. Generally.
Steps can you take to be better at rebounding?
Get those 2 guys eligible. That'd help a bunch. Justin, I don't know. Honestly, Nate played really well second half. Nate had a heck of a second half. But I don't know why Nate wouldn't do that in the first half. We're just not consistent. If Nate played every play the way he played in the second half, he played pretty good. As bad as he played the first half, he played that good the second half. And I can do things with him because he knows what he's doing. But he can't be so passive,
Maybe a little bit ago about being close, although it's 7-5 like you were at this point last season. Juwan said he thinks this team's miles ahead of where it was at the same point last year, that the mistakes are a lot more correctable this year. Would you agree?
Yeah, our problem a year ago wasn't talent. That wasn't the problem. The problem was we didn't play very well together, and we sure as hell didn't play very hard. This group plays hard. You can't say they don't play hard. They play hard. They play hard. They try to play together. I think maybe at times, maybe Aaron and Wani maybe do a little bit too much, but I'd rather they try to do too much than not enough.